Hello, I'm Jane Applegate with Cox Business Television. Kathryn Falk is the Vice President of Government and Public Affairs for Cox Virginia. Kathryn, thanks so much for stopping by.
Thank you for having me.
You know, one thing that keeps business owners up at night is what are they going to do if there's a crisis or something terrible is happening around their business? So I'd love you to give us some thoughts on just how do you prepare for that and how important is it to have a crisis communications plan?
Well, a crisis communications plan is really essential for any business, small, medium, or large-sized business. There are all kinds of things that could happen in your business life that would dictate the need for this. You could have unexpected disasters like a fire or flood, or for Cox, Hurricane Katrina hitting our New Orleans properties. You could have workplace violence, unfortunately, like Discovery Communications had, or you could have a protest or a government investigation announced. So there are lots of reasons why you really need to have a crisis communications plan.
And I know larger companies have teams of people like you putting the plan together, but let's focus on what even a very small business could do and what should the owner be thinking about after they watch this?
Well, I think it's important, first of all, to have a plan. Even if you're a small business, you've got to have a plan in place and have worked through it so everybody knows what will be expected if something does happen. And then within that, you have to have one person designated to be your information commander, so to speak. The types of information that you're going to need are varied because you have different audiences. You're going to need to think about communicating to your customers, to your employees, and to your owners or board of directors. So there are a lot of different components, but having a plan, even if you're a small business, is essential.
And should the owner be the spokesperson? Is that the most important thing, that the message come from the top?
Not necessarily. You know, you should have the owner may be involved in the very important decisions about how the crisis is unfolding, but you need to have one person designated. It's important that you don't have 3 or 4 people talking to the media and sending out emails at the same time. So one person designated, and then you need a backup, because what if in your plan you have one person designated and they're on vacation? So you definitely need backups, and then a team of people identified for different roles.
And what are some of the don'ts? What should a business owner avoid doing if something terrible is happening around their business?
Well, don't be silent, first of all, because if you are, you're letting other people tell the story. And you're also letting your customers and your vendors and your employees jump to conclusions with a lack of information. So don't be silent, and don't also be defensive with the media if it's something that's happening to your business. And then, as I said, don't not have a plan. You got to have a plan.
And how important is it to do any sort of a prep or run through, or should the plan be written?
The plan, it would be great if it was written. And a run through is very helpful, just to have people feel comfortable with asking questions about what, if this happens, what happens next. So a written plan, even if it's very brief, is very helpful. And you can Google some on the internet that'll give you sort of a sample to use.
This is great. This is really terrific information. Thanks so much for stopping by.
Thanks for having me, Jane.
I'm Jane Applegate for Cox Business Television.